Hello everybody, my name is Doulat. I am still school online academy. Welcome back for and today I'm going to provide online session task on the topic importance of communication skill. Communication skills are very important in every part of life. They help students express their ideas, share knowledge, build confidence, and connect with other people in a better way. So, good communication is not only about speaking, it also includes listening, understanding, and responding respectfully. In today's world, students need strong communication skills for education, teamwork, leadership, interviews, presentation, and future career. People with good communication skills can explain their thoughts clearly and build better relationship in both personal and professional life. In this session, I will ask you some questions to learn different opinions and ideas about communication skills and their importance for students. This activity is helping me improve my speaking ability, confidence, questioning skill, and overall learning experience. Thank you so much for giving me valuable time attention to this discuss. I truly appreciate your support and question. Now let's begin with the first question with Maya. So now, first of all, let's share the screen. So I believe that you can see the screen. So, can you hear me? Hello, how are you? I think she cannot hear me. Okay, so today I have a topic. Its name is the importance of communication skill.
Got it. You had a bunch.
So, communication skills. So let's move on. What are communication skills?
When I think of communication skills, it's way more than just talking, right? It's about being clear, being able to get your ideas across in a way that makes sense to the person you're talking to. But it's also about listening, actually hearing what someone else is saying, not just waiting for your turn to speak. And reading between the lines, picking up on body language and tone. What's your take on what good communication looks like?
Okay, so tell me more about communication skills.
Sorry, I missed that part. You were saying you wanted to know more about communications in general?
Yes.
What specifically about communication are you curious about? Are you thinking about how it works in business or
No,
something?
no. I'm saying explain more about communication skill.
Right, communication skills. Okay. So at its core, it's not just about speaking correctly. It's about sending and receiving messages effectively, whether you're speaking, writing, or even using body language. There are a few key parts. First, there's verbal communication. That's actually saying the words. Then nonverbal stuff like your posture, facial expressions. Then you have listening skills, which are huge. It's not just hearing someone, it's actively understanding their message. Then there's how you adapt your communication to who you're talking to. Knowing what works with your parents is different than what works with friends or in a work setting. Does that make sense so far?
Okay, it's a great explanation. So thank you so much. So how can we build our communication skills?
You're welcome. Building communication skills, that's where it gets fun. First, practice listening, like actually focus on the speaker, put away distractions, make eye contact. It sounds simple, but it's huge. Then, work on clarity. Instead of rambling, get to the point directly. Next, feedback. Ask friends or family how you come across. Do you mumble, talk too fast? Reading more can also help your vocabulary and how you express yourself. And honestly, the more you communicate, the more you practice in real situations, the better you get. What part of your own communication do you feel you want to work on most right now?
Okay, so thank you so much. So move on to next question. So my next question is why our communication skills are important for us.
Good question. So many reasons. Let's start simple. Communication skills help you get your ideas across in work, school, and life. Clear communication avoids misunderstandings and makes things smoother. But it goes deeper than that. Strong communication builds trust. People are more likely to believe and cooperate with you if they feel you're being genuine and clear. It also helps you handle conflict. Instead of just fighting, you can talk through problems and find solutions. And honestly, good communication just makes you a more effective person overall. What's one situation where you can see how better communication would help you?
Okay, so thank you so much. So my next question is um can communication improve confidence?
Oh, good connection there. Communication and confidence go hand in hand, right? Think about it. When you're confident in what you're saying, your communication is clearer and more persuasive. But it also works the other way around. When you communicate effectively, it builds your confidence because you see people understanding you, responding positively. Each success builds on the other. One thing I find interesting is that confidence isn't really about never being nervous. It's about learning to communicate well, even when you are nervous. Does that make sense?
Thank you so much. So my next question is do students need communication skills?
Absolutely. Students need communication skills. Like it's non-negotiable. Good grades. You have to be able to explain yourself clearly on tests and in discussions. Group projects. You have to listen to others and get your point across. College applications, essays, interviews, it's ALLI communication. Even beyond school, these skills help with making friends, dealing with teachers, being part of a team, figuring out problems. It's honestly one of the most important life skills you can learn. Make sense?
Yes, thank you so much. So my next question is how can we use communication skills?
Oh, endless ways. In school, you're using them during presentations, class discussions, writing papers. That's all communication. But outside school, when you're just chatting with friends, you're communicating. When you're explaining something to your family, that's it too. You use them when you need to convince someone about something, solve a problem with a friend, or even just have a simple conversation. Basically, every time you interact with another person, you're using communication skills. There's really no moment not using them.
Okay, so thank you so much. So my next question is can communication help in studies?
Sorry, I'm having trouble understanding that
Okay.
last part.
Can communication help in studies?
Yes, absolutely. Communication skills are a huge help in studies. Being able to ask clear questions when you're confused, communication. Explaining things to study partners, communication. Writing essays that actually make sense, you guessed it, communication. Even just listening in class and taking good notes, those are communication skills at work. Good communication isn't just about talking, it's also about understanding information and showing what you know.
Okay. So, thank you so much. So, moving on to the next question. Does communication improve your teamwork?
Oh, massively. Yeah, communication is like the glue that holds teamwork together. If you can't communicate clearly with your team, everything falls apart. You need to be able to share ideas, listen to each other, give feedback, and resolve conflicts. All that is communication. When everyone understands what they're supposed to do and can ask questions and contribute, that's when teams really excel. Bad communication, chaos, wasted effort. Good communication, success, and better results.
Okay, so thank you so much. My next question. Okay, so my next question is, can communication help in leadership?
Absolutely. Leadership basically requires good communication. Think about it. Leaders have to be able to inspire people, give clear directions, resolve conflicts, build trust, and listen to their team. All of that relies on being able to communicate effectively. A leader who can't communicate clearly will have a hard time getting people to follow them or understand their vision. Good communication is pretty much the foundation of good leadership.
Okay, so thank you so much. So tell me a story about communication skills.
Oh, sure. Here's a quick one. There was a young college student named Alex who was incredibly shy. Public speaking terrifies them, but Alex had to give a presentation worth half their grade. They were dreading it. Practicing in front of their mirror felt impossible. So Alex joined a communication club on campus. There, they learned to breathe through their nerves, organize their thoughts, and connect with the audience. Not against them. When they delivered the presentation, they still felt nervous, but this time they managed to actually enjoy it, connecting with the class through storytelling and confidence. They did well on their presentation and realized communication wasn't about being a natural, it was a skill anyone could develop with practice. Want another story, or should we wrap things
Yeah.
up?
Tell me,
Okay, how about this one?
tell
There
me,
was this team of engineering students working on a robotic.
wait, tell me an inspiration story in real life.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I think there was some audio distortion there.
I'm
You
saying,
asked for an
I'm saying, tell me a real life story and an
um
inspiring story.
okay, here's one that might help. There was a high school student named Kai who was really passionate about environmental science. But they felt like no one listened to them when they tried to talk about climate change. It always turned into arguments or people just tuning out. Then they took a public speaking class where they learned about storytelling. Kai started crafting stories about local ecological problems, how litter affected their town, how pollution threatened local wildlife. They practiced connecting emotionally with the audience instead of lecturing them with facts. Soon, Kai was giving talks at community meetings in schools, and people were actually listening, getting inspired to take action. And it wasn't about being right or being loud, it was about finding the right way to connect.
Okay, so thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. So my next question is, mm, is speaking an important skill?
Definitely. Speaking, public speaking specifically, is huge. So many situations call for it. Presentations, meetings, job interviews, just confidently sharing your ideas. It's all about having that skill. But it's not just the formal stuff. Being able to have a normal conversation, express your thoughts clearly, make a good first impression, that's speaking in action too. The funny thing is, most people list speaking as their biggest fear, but it's one of the most valuable skills you can develop.
Okay, so thank you for that. So my next question is, can listening improve communication?
Absolutely. Active listening is the foundation of good communication. It's not just about hearing the words, but understanding the message, remembering what's being said, and responding thoughtfully. Listening shows respect, builds trust, and helps avoid misunderstandings. If you're not truly listening, all your talking doesn't really matter that much. People don't feel heard or understood. Honestly, good listening is often more valuable than good talking in a conversation.
Okay, so thank you so much. So moving on to the next question. Does communication reduce mis distract distracting?
I didn't quite catch that. You said, does communication reduce this district, this branding?
Yeah,
Could you try saying that again or maybe explaining what you mean?
yeah, but you're saying. Let's say-
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, so I will say a question again. So can listening improve? Can is body language important?
Body language. Yes, absolutely crucial. Nonverbal communication makes up a huge part of how we understand each other. It's everything from facial expressions and posture to gestures and eye contact. Your body can say just as much as your words, and sometimes more. For example, good eye contact shows you're engaged. A smile shows you're friendly, but crossed arms might say you're closed off or uncomfortable. Being aware of body language, both yours and the person you're talking to, makes you a better communicator overall.
Okay, thank you so much. So my next question is, can communication improve the relationship?
Yes, big time. Relationships thrive on good communication, romantic ones, friendships, family connections, everything. When you communicate honestly and openly, it builds trust and intimacy. And when you can navigate conflicts constructively through communication instead of shutting down or getting defensive, that's when relationships actually grow stronger. Good communication is the difference between a healthy connection and one that falls apart.
Okay, so thank you so much. Moving on to the next question. Um, can students learn communication daily?
Yes, students can absolutely learn communication daily, and they probably do. Every conversation they have, every question they ask, every group project they work on, it's all practice. Taking classes that focus specifically on communication skills helps, but honestly, just making a conscious effort to listen better, speak clearly, and pay attention to body language and everyday interactions makes a big difference.
Okay, so thank you so much. Moving on to the next question. My next question is, can communication build confidence?
Definitely. We touched on this a bit earlier. Communication and confidence really feed into each other. When you practice communicating well, you start to feel more comfortable and confident in expressing yourself. Communication gets. It creates a positive cycle. As you gain skills and get positive feedback, your confidence builds, which makes you more willing to take risks, which leads to more communication practice and more improvement.
Okay, so give me advice.
All right, here's my advice. time or the perfect moment to practice. Start small, make eye contact, really listen when someone talks, try to express your thoughts clearly. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And don't be afraid to mess up, everyone does. The key is to learn from it and keep practicing. You're already thinking about these things, which puts you ahead of most people. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep communicating. What's one thing you're going to try implementing today?
Okay, so thank you so much everybody for watching me today in interview. My calling is actually interview, everything you can say. So communication, this is my summary of 10 lines. Communication skills are very important in life. They help students express ideas clearly. Good communication improves confidence. It helps in teamwork and leadership. Communication reduces uh, stress. Listening is also an important communication skill. Students can improve communication through practice. Respectful communication would build leadership. Uh, Good communication skills lead to success. So thank you for answering my questions. My questions today is Maya. Sisame, this question helped me learn more about communication skills. I understood how communication affects education and success. Your answers are informative and helpful for my learning. This activity improved my confidence and speaking ability. Communication is truly an important skill for our students. Thank you for your valuable time and support. I hope you have a wonderful and successful day ahead. Goodbye and take care. Allah Hafiz. Okay, so thank you everybody for watching me today and thank you for watching me in my calling session. So thank you, Allah Hafiz.